Hi friends. So as you know from yesterday, I posted about getting a delivery on Friday from the brick. And the furniture is completely off-gassing in my home. And when I called them, the smell is so intense. And even in the middle of the winter, I have my windows and doors open. And I've called them and they've laughed at me and they've told me I'm crazy and that they sell thousands of couches and they've never heard of this. But I'm the one that's dealing with it. And as you can see, my eyes here, I never have dark marks under my eyes. My eyes are completely itchy. They're constantly watering. They're burning. My throat is burning. My chest is heavy. I've had a constant headache. I even actually have aches in my joints, which I've actually never experienced in my life. And they're still refusing to pick up the furniture. They're still refusing to give me a refund for my money. I actually still have, as you can see here, the headboard and the bedding stuff in the box because I refuse to open it based on what's going on in my other room. I've diffused oils all last night in the other room with a fan blowing that way. I have the windows open and the smell is still so horrendous and so impactful. And even if somebody else isn't affected by it, if they come into my home, I'm affected by it and I have to live here. And I cannot believe that a nationwide company as big as the brick is literally giving me the finger and telling me to go fuck myself, and that too bad, so sad, we took your money and we really don't care. I'm really hoping that I can reach out to some news outlets and some media outlets to actually do a story on this and expose VOCs to the public, because I think everybody should be aware. And even someone in my field doing what I was doing, I was just excited about purchasing new furniture and getting it delivered that I totally overlooked the aspect of what is being off-gassed in my house. And you guys have been really responsive and people are sharing, and former employees who have worked at the Brick or Leon's or other big furniture stores who say that there's warehouses where they do this off-gassing where people can't even walk into because the smell is so volatile and so intense, and they leave them to air out. I live in a condo. I don't have the ability to throw my furniture into a garage, and even at that point, I don't want that furniture long-term in my home. I don't need thyroid issues. I don't need to run into another risk of cancer or autoimmune disease because I bought furniture. I want it out of my house, and I think that they should be respecting my wishes to take it out of my house, and that they're not. And I guess I'm going to have to really wait till sorry, my eyes are so irritated. Wait till tomorrow to try and get in touch with corporate. It was a significant purchase, and I have the right as a consumer to return goods. I've never heard of a store that has a final policy on merchandise. The stuff isn't even set up in my house. It's sitting covered with blankets in the other room because I cannot, it's hard to be home, and I left yesterday for the whole day and came back, and as soon as I walked in, it was like instant headache, instant eyes start burning and itching. I'm actually fatigued from it, and I'm juicing right now, and my energy and everything was super soaring, and I was all good. I'm not someone who's tired. I can wake up early in the morning, I can get out of bed, I have the energy, but this is actually killing me. And yesterday I did a coffee enema, and my colon's clean right now, it's not digesting anything, and the mere smell of what came out of me has to be an indication of what I'm breathing in and what I'm taking in. And actually tonight I will use activated charcoal to try and bind more toxins that I'm breathing in to help eliminate them again. And I will do coffee enemas to keep my liver working and moving this stuff out. But based on even just seeing like these dark spots under my eyes, which I never ever have, my liver is really clean, but it's battling a battle right now, and I just want this out. I want this furniture out of my house, and if I have to take it and rent a U-Haul and drop it off on their front foyer, I will, because it's not fair. And at this point, my bank won't do anything. They won't stop the payment. The brick won't do anything. Customer service laughed at me. 3 girls that work at Marché Central in the Montreal location literally laughed at me when I told them. They laughed. They laughed. They laughed at me. They literally laughed in my face just because they're uneducated customer service representatives working for the brick and don't have the first clue about health. They thought it was very funny, and they didn't see the urgency or the severity in the matter. And I just hope that I can get up to corporate level and really just blast the shit out of these idiots. And Cindy Crawford, who's creating this line of products, shame on you. Shame on you for making money and taking money from people and making them sick. And the fact of the matter is she probably doesn't even have a clue what goes on in her manufacturing. As far as I know, her line is produced in the U.S. And as I've done some research and reading, I believe it's the customer's right to be exposed to the ingredients that are being used on their products. Just as food is labeled, the same should go for anything that any customer is buying. There should be 100% transparency, and we should know what we are getting into. If the customer or the sales representative would have said to me, there are smells, there are, as any new furniture, and call me naive for not thinking about it at the time when I was purchasing it. It's not like you walk into the store and smell all the off-gassing. But if I would have been aware, and if he would have even used that trigger to let me know, there was no way I would have even made a purchase. I would have been like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. But guys, it's so important, and just exposing and letting the customer be transparent and letting them know that this is a practice and that they do use these formaldehyde, guys. You preserve dead bodies with formaldehyde. There's benzenes. They're all carcinogenics. No one should be at risk of that when buying furniture. I know there are a lot of companies now that I've done my research. Even IKEA stays away from those chemicals. I believe the Pottery Barn and Crate and Barrel, and there's a lot of options. So once these idiots get this shit out of my house, I can go and purchase something that I can be more comfortable with and more at peace with my health, and not being able to breathe in these awful smells that are going on. And it's been since Friday, and it hasn't changed. So the brick has kindly offered to send me a fucking technician to come and look at my couch. What's he gonna do? He's gonna tell me, sorry, you're wrong, you don't feel the way that you're feeling. I'm not asking them. The products aren't damaged. They're off-gassing, and they're off-gassing in my home. And by Tuesday when they come, who knows what stage that's going to be at. So he's going to tell me, oh, it's fine. Her furniture is fine. He doesn't have the right to tell me how to feel in my health. He doesn't get to make that decision. I do. And the brick better sort this out, because I promise I will make the noise, and I promise I will get this story seen and heard wherever I can. And if you guys can share my post and tag the brick, I am asking you to, and tag Cindy Crawford. Let her know what she's doing, because she doesn't have the first clue. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Please be aware when you're buying anything about these VOCs. Okay? They should just be called violent chemicals. But just be aware. Be aware now. Be aware. Be more aware. Because this is crazy, and my health's at risk because they've decided to not pick up this stuff from my home. So I hope that this gets resolved tomorrow. I hope that this can make the news. I hope that I can get this story heard. I have reached out to some local media. I'm waiting to hear back from everybody. If anybody has contacts in the media in Canada, please reach out. Please help support me. Please help this message be heard by so many people who are in the dark and don't have the first clue about this. I think it's so important, and I need help doing this. So if you can help me, I would appreciate that, and I will keep you posted tomorrow. Thanks, guys.